And here we go. So this is the first time I've played this game. It's in early access still. That means that there is still going to be bugs and there's going to be issues. We can expect that here from the get-go. It isn't going to be a nice, easy ride. So, let's still take a look at the options menu here. We got, not bad. Got some nice sound options. Oh god. Okay, let's see what the keyboard controls are before I start swearing at the fact. This is my first complaint here though. Controller should not be your first selection. This is on the PC. It should have PC selected first. That is the rule. Alright? For PC games, you build for PC first. You do not put controller first. Let's enable subtitles here just to make everybody's life a little easier. Okay, they were enabled already, it just looks weird. Enable tooltips. There's still that, because this is my first time here. Alrighty. Let's start this off. When you see me looking off to the side, that's because I have the Twitch screen over there. And so I'm looking off there as it's on actually my desktop and I'm playing this on my laptop as my desktop does not have a webcam. So.
My name is Red Riding Hood. I have no father, no mother, no fear. An itching urge for vengeance is what brought me here. My father died in a work accident 4 years ago today. Well, I don't believe in accidents. I believe someone should pay. I came back to the city in search of answers, and for the man who ruined my life, B.B. Woolfe. So, in case you doubt it, this is no fairy tale, 'cause there is nothing fair about it.
Alright, so we have another interpretation on fairy tales, just as we expected here. Fairy tale going on.
I arrived 14 days ago and sought a place to hide. An old woman rented me this dusty attic, and since I must lay low, I left my room only at night. Granny hugged me goodbye with tears in her eyes. She handed me a basket filled with food. I promised to come back soon with answers, and with B.B. Woolfe's blood on my hood.
Alright. Interacts.
I hadn't set foot in Ulrica since I was about 8 years old. I heard about its downfall from the papers Father brought home and the stories he then told. Though we lived in the forest, Father came to work here every single day and witnessed this once blooming city wilt and fade away.
A little odd than yours. WASD do not actually work like you would expect. They do not move you, unlike they. I think that's something that could be addressed with the game here. WASD are normally expected, you know, to do what the arrows do. Oh, they seem to have deprogrammed for rolling. Alright, that's definitely an odd key-binding choice.
Today is a big day, for after 2 weeks of exploration, I'm off to break into the city archives and retrieve some information. I'm not after a bloodbath. I want justice. So fingers crossed I get there without getting noticed.
Me think somebody has misunderstood justice and revenge here just a little bit, you know. We should maybe have a little discussion about the differentiation between those two terms. Okay. Lower. Alright. Okay, that unlocks concept art. Interesting. Okay, and I like it here at the bottom.
How this place has changed.
Press
The
space
curfew
bar 2
cleared the
times to
streets
skip.
and drapes went down along with the sun. B.B. Woolfe's iron fist was like a punch to Ulrica's face. bruising the memory of his late father's reign and the city's glory days.
See, you know who could learn to implement something like that in their game? Telltale! That way we could actually replay their games without having to spend 60 hours listening to the same things we already heard. Oh, we got a double jump too, of course. Because no platformer these days exists without double jumps. Left alt to crouch. I have to say, unlike all those other ones, you know, that one actually isn't a key. Left shift to... Okay, this is gonna be an issue. Oh no, it's not. And over. Okay, so jump to ledge. That's not an issue. Oh, okay. Okay, I can jump that high. Why can't I jump over that bloody fence? I hate 2 feet high fences. I've never liked them, never will. And they never make any sense.
The only faces in Ulrika today are the ones on these posters. Hundreds of girls gone missing. Hundreds of families cut apart.
Actually, I'd have to double check that here. One sec here, I can turn over here and open that on this computer. It is currently in early access, so any title in early access, if they give you a release date, is always, in my experience, kind of murky, just in case something might come up. Let's see here. With only, they say it's only a few more weeks. They're looking for input. It is scheduled for March 17th, 2015. There'll be new levels in the full design, and it's in a late alpha, early beta stage currently. So probably mostly wanting to crowdsource bug fixing would be my thought based on what they said there. The content is mostly done. Unlike Satellite Ring, that likely means there's actually going to be systems here implemented, which is going to be nice. Because that game has an issue right now where it's much more concept than always. Okay, interesting.
Aw, come on! That's not very pedestrian-friendly.
Rather pedestrian setup with traps, too. Why am I crouching? I guess to move slower here and have a better close-up. Could probably also use some intelligent jumping to get around this. As we can see here, there does seem to be a decent physics setup there, given that they weren't hitting me when I walked within an inch or two of it.
Over time, tin replaced flesh and blood. In the factory as well as in the streets, driving families into poverty and honest men to dishonest deeds.
This tale of a young girl who lost their father now features steampunk, as well as a revenge-driven maniac as your protagonist. What are the bad guys?
All this tree climbing as a kid finally paid off.
Alright, seriously, game? Seriously? You do not get to show me empty, open roads and say, and then just block me. If you want to do that, put at least a proper block. Okay, let's see if my theory that you could do this without crouching is right. At this point, no, it's not, because they've decided that they're going to block any type of thought, I guess, that isn't right on the rails. As you can tell, this type of thing annoys me. Yeah. I trying to figure out if you really were that railroaded or not. Okay, so you don't absolutely have to crouch, but the whole jump over a trap didn't seem to work there. Alright, so what exactly am I supposed to do here? Okay, you got an open road there that isn't working. I'd say we got a push here. There we go. Those monsters just standing there. But yes, that open road infuriates me. Why is there an open road that you cannot turn? Why do you show an open road and say you cannot go this way? That is wrong. That is not how it should work. If you portray an open road, the road should be open to go through. If you want to block it off, put something there, put a wall, put a house. Just put something. Okay, so oh crap, I got spotted. Wait, more waist-high. Okay, waist-high fences should not work. When you have me jumping over buildings, jumping on top of buildings like this, like that, you should not have a set of small boxes block me. It's bad design, it's bad setup, it's bad aesthetics. There's just no way to justify it. It's just bad game mechanics and bad game design. And just about every sense of the word. Okay. These roll. Where's the attack? Alright, let's see. Will the guard actually remain stuck this time? No, he won't. That helps. It helps you know when the monster punches is early access, so for that one I'm willing to forgive them. There's still no explanation for the whole... Okay, I have absolutely no clue. Okay, they saw me, so... Okay, I can't jump that way. Where can I go? Where am I supposed to be going here, gang? I can't even guess, you know, because the fact is, you've shown me already that guessing on my own is likely to end up with, you know, dead because you've put a roadblock in the way that doesn't exist. I'm supposed to be going. Okay. From here. Let's see, what the hell? Where is it? That's... Okay, game, if you wanted to try and play the confusion game, that's fine. Typically speaking. However, when you play the confusion game, you need to also let me figure out my own solutions. Not just randomly invent walls wherever you please, and randomly make up no sense. And yes, I'm saying this in a game where I'm playing Red Riding Hood, running around a bunch of tin soldiers, jumping over their heads, looking for revenge against the fairy tale wolf. You'll have to keep consistency inside the world. Okay, let's take a look here again. Hold left alt to sync, yes. So I've been told by you. Nope, they're invisible. And there's another outrageous chest-high fence over there. And that... I have absolutely no clue where I'm supposed to go here. Okay. No. Oh, there's a... Seriously, game? Seriously? This is what you're supposed to do? Hype Poppy? Okay, Adventure Games would be ashamed at you at this point, game, for being this obtuse on what's going on here. For the half... Well... Okay, Adventure Games right now are looking at you as shame. 90s Adventure Games.
What a ghost town this has become.
And yes, I see the comment over there now about use the shiny pipe. Yeah, well, you know, pipes as an option works better when you're not randomly out of
The truth behind my father's death was buried along with his body. Lips were sealed and the case was closed, but not for me. I had already lost a parent. This simply couldn't be. For weeks I cried. For months I couldn't speak. Until finally, I was done feeling so broken and weak. I asked Granny to teach me how to hunt and how to fight. Now, at last, I'm ready to make things right.
Alright, game, you just ran into another pet peeve here. Spelling Nazi alert. Buried has one R. Do a copy edit before you publish. Alright? I don't approve of that.
The only faces in Ulrika today are the ones on these posters. Hundreds of girls gone missing. Hundreds of families cut apart.
And I don't approve of it in your game. do have to say though, Little Red Riding Hood's life here is pretty sad. She spent, and her grandmother deserves to be ashamed for it. Spending your whole life growing up just for vengeance? That's pretty damn sad. Okay, and grandmother, what the hell were you doing letting her become like that? What are we on?
Well, at least Woolfe was kind enough to install a cable ride across the river. Kudos.
Okay, and every item you can interact with is supposed to shine slightly, I guess.
Oh, my biceps are gonna be sore tomorrow.
On the other hand, you know, given the fact that the game has no logic inherent in it, which items you can interact with, you may very well need this to make the game playable. Sad as it is, you know, when open pathways down are not open pathways, and literal wayside fences are fulfilling their trope name. Yeah. Also, stupid guards are stupid. Take a look at this. They're looking right at me, and they haven't reacted at all to the fact that somebody's riding around in this ghost town on a cable ride. Stupid guards are
Don't mind
stupid.
me, guys.
Thanks. Not sure who killed your studios, yes, but yes, I do have a high-pitched voice. Alright, let's go here. Over here we go. Let's take a look at this next.
The city archives, where the investigation of Father's death was put to rest. I must get inside.
Because you think the Woolfe is stupid enough to actually keep records on something he covered up.
Yeah, no way I can sneak past those bastards.
You know, either way, either you're stupid enough to think that, and you're wrong, at which point then there's just sin for you being stupid, or you're right, and then there's a sin for the Woolfe being as stupid as hell. Either way, somebody did.
Back in boxes, where you belong.
Night, on the equip scale, like this would 2 out of 10. Okay, wayside fences again. Let's see here. Am I supposed to be? Oh, am I supposed to be going around here? No. You know, these little guard houses remind me of ones I saw in King's Quest 6. Not in their deep. What the? Hey, did you see that? What killed me? Nothing killed me. What
Back in boxes, where you belong.
There's some bug here. What the?
Back in boxes, where you belong.
Okay, water's death.
Back in boxes, where you belong.
No. Let's see. Does the door open maybe? No. Maybe over here? There we go. Somewhere, I guess. Not really sure what that was. Oh, diary unlocked. Okay, so let's go see. Alright, we can confirm there is nothing here. Nothing here should be threatening me. Yes? That is a really annoying bug. Alright. And by the way, this book is
Back in boxes, where you belong.
no better every time I hear it. Does not get any better every time I'm forced to endure the bad quip. Okay, I guess you keep the diary entries. Let's see, am I supposed to enter there? No. And you want player ingenuity to be part of the solution of the game, to be part of, how your game is solved and figured out. You shouldn't be going about closing open passageways and such, with, invisible walls and that type of thing. Instead, you should be going for more open there and allowing the players to take up their answers rather than just prescribing to whatever answer you've decided is the right one. Linear does not work as well in games where you're wanting the player to be the one thinking up.
These piles of paper, covered with dust and lies, might just contain a clue to help me uncover the truth. Suspect in the disappearance of Ulrika's covered with dust and lies, and my father's death as well, contain a clue to the ugly Ulrika's women, and my father's death as well. So it seems. Who is this creature from hell? Looks like the sewer is my next stop. An ugly face, hiding ugly secrets. I'm ready to crack open this can of worms. An even uglier contractor, now, so it seems. How about a tin opener? Looks like the sewer is my next stop. Even better. Well, let's go find that filthy rat. Now, how about...
Okay, let's see here. I'm having a slight issue here, so just checking what it is. Hopefully it will stop. Alright. Oh, thank you!
Thanks for sharpening my axe there.
Alright. What the? Okay, that must be magic of some sort. It'd be nice. I was about to say it'd be nice if they told me what it was, but then I realized.
Luckily, I never outgrew playing with tin soldiers.
Letting me actually figure out the solution, what it does on my own, is nice. Even if, they still need to provide some help with it. They probably will here in a moment or two. Alright, wayside fence again. At least, let me walk up to the door. Okay, either that or put the door on ground level. Do not present. You're presenting what's a dead world, effectively.
Who's next? Form an orderly line. Back to the shop with you.
Yeah. Alright, so it looks like we're gonna be stuck with these quips. Seriously? Seriously?
Who's next? Form an orderly line. Back to the shop with you.
Alright, we have the healing potions that they mysteriously drop.
Tag, you're it.
Alright, I'd like to continue my nomination for these guys for Worst Guards of the Century. Look at this. I've just killed 4 of them in relatively loud manner, even bragging about that fact, and they continue to just ignore it. Big B Woolfe has hired his guards from the Department of Uselessness. That's the only thing that I can figure out here. Yes, okay, we already done that. Alright, now here's why I was annoyed at that. Beyond that situation there, is that you've made water instant death, you're providing no connector, and the jump is like that. There's no reason for that to be like that thing.
Who's next? Form an orderly line. And stay down.
I'm still not really sure what control does, but it looks cool. Also, I hate when they start tinting the screen red. It's something I personally find very, very annoying here. So, thankfully it stopped. Okay, really? Really, game? You heal between battles that much? What's the point, really, of even with the health potions in the first place then?
You guys seriously need to unwind.
Okay, I mean, seriously. If you're going to have you heal between battles if the person stops for a minute or two, why bother with the healing potions?
I don't think we've met before.
Okay, and game, that's really, really stupid to do that. Okay, here we go. Do.
Well, this is a part of town I've never been before. Wouldn't recommend it to visitors, that's for sure.
If you've never been
Home
here,
to rats and bats, and to that musical piece of kidnapper scum. I can't wait to break his flute and make that bastard forever mute.
you've never never been here. How do you know all this stuff about it? Okay, bad camera ain't worked.
You must be friends with that other rat. The one with the flute, right?
Alright, so looks like we're dealing with a Pied Piper level here. Alright, so
Granny taught me how to hunt, how to fight, and how to run. But not swim.
yeah, your grandmother left some pretty big things, like how to live for things other than vengeance out too. You know. I'm not convinced about this grandmother of yours teaching style at this moment in time. Unless of course she's an evil overlord, at which point then, way to go at crafting yourself a you know, your own little personal tank bomb.
Cut the crap! I mean it.
So that still doesn't explain the whole can't swim thing. You know, what, are you trying to make a replacement for the evil Witch of the West? Please. Well, I guess there's your sequel. Little Red Riding Hood is the Wicked Witch.
Believe it or not, normally I love all animals.
No, I don't believe it. Everything I've seen shows me that you have no love at all for anything. Another waist-high fence, by the way. Just feel like pointing those out when I come across them, because it's utterly ludicrous how many there are in this game. I just hope they never, you know, I just hope they don't expect me to jump over something later, because, you know, that would be completely what is what a platformer would do. And now they've told you that no, you can't do that. Okay, the team does not leave you completely fine from 2 inches away, from an inch away, and kill you from a quarter, and kill you when you touch it. Convection does not, heat does not work that. What the? Okay. Heat does not work this way. See, I'm fine, I'm fine. And then if I touch it, I die. That is not how heat works. Alright, so what we got here looks like a typical jump backwards on the barrels challenge.
Lovely odor. I wish I'd left my nose. Ugh. Only creatures from hell could live in this kind of smell. And I thought I had a crappy place. Come on, you Pied Piper. I'm running out of patience. Time to show your face.
And let's grab this unlockable. And we get a childhood. Oh, flipping, yay. Okay, you show me this is a usable one, but then you don't let me use it. And by the way, there's the jumpy over, but that's not to say. It's a movie one, so I'll give them a half pass for that.
Ow! Ow! Ugh. Holding my own feet to the fire wasn't exactly what I had in mind.
Also, who designs the sewer system to be like this? Let's just stop a moment and look at exactly how stupidly the sewer system is designed from a logistical standpoint of what sewers are supposed to do. Who the hell is going to be running around jumping over all these things? Death traps here. Sewer death traps. To try and, if your sewers have an issue. Oh, seriously? Yeah, I don't... Seriously, time? I was right there! Okay, I'm just gonna wait for time here. Maybe I can hit it again. We'll see. Why the hell is it still time clicking like that after the time is up? Seriously. Your timer should stop the instant, you know, the time is up. It should not be desynchronized from when the time goes up. They should be running on the same script. Time, you know, same batch, same resolution, same moment. That's what it should be. There should not be any desynchronization between those two events. The sound effect here of the ticking clock which you've given as the only hint to the player that there was a going to be a time limit, and that there is a time limit, should not be running behind that. Jump. Little Red Riding Hood jumping to murder. There we go. This time. Okay, you can stop the sound now and pass that puzzle?
Ugh. Looks like Ulrica's having a bowel movement.
Alright, let's check first. Because you never actually know what in this game. Seriously? Seriously? You saw that? You guys saw that, right? Alright, let's discuss this issue here for a couple things. There's no real way for the player to know what that is because of the angle of the camera. They can't see the thing beyond it. So there's no way for the player to do that effectively and know what's going in until trial and error. So because of bad camera angles and then bad design, they yeah, show their ugly faces in. There. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, let's see where we go here. Good one is up there somehow, but alright, maybe it's shift. Jump. No. Yeah, I see something that looks like a ladder. Am I supposed to use that somehow? Oh, there it is. Seriously, why have you even part of that ladder there? Because given Red Riding Hood's jumping skills, she should be able to climb that up and jump up there to the other one. Again, game, you've presented it a solution right there in your visual design. It's right here. All you have to do is let me try and so go to the top. You know, maybe I have to obey go. You know, but your visual design suggests the solution right there. I'm far more sensible than hop to pipes and jump.
Someone should really send a plumber down here.
Maybe they have, but given the way that this place is, they probably died. There's a plumber in this world must be the most dead world after young girl. Alright? It goes young girl, plumber, because this is the type of places the plumbers
Father
have
met
to
my
work.
mother. It was love at first sight. Marriage soon followed with a handful of guests and a spit-roasted pig. Their future looked bright. Until one day, she didn't come home. On the table was a note. I'm picking flowers in the woods. Another search notice in the paper. An insufferable tragedy for the Hoods.
Yeah, you suffered it, so it wasn't unsufferable. You were also still alive, so it wasn't unsurvivable. Okay, seriously, game! Seriously? Seriously? You don't let me destroy bosses through the last level, you don't let me do it, you do nothing to show me these bosses are different. I did that as just habit from other games. But you have done the exact opposite in every situation of letting objects be destructible. You either have destructible objects when they're in your path as such, that look the same, or you do not! You do not go between the two! Seriously, game! You do not put destructible crates that look the same as indestructible crates! And both of which look placed in paths that you would use! Alright, let's try this. Now I guess comes the part where I ask, why can't I grab these chains? You know, they seem like they're pretty good for using for climbing around stuff. By the way, I still don't get what I'm gathering all these food states for. Okay. Seriously, game? Okay, I guess that's the sign for the early access. That's the only explanation I can give there. For the other instructions. Well, you have to wonder, what is a boss fight doing under construction at this point? Maybe rebalancing. I guess I can give that. Seriously, what just happened? Why do you bother with ladders? You don't let anyone use them, why do you bother? Wayside fence! Yay! That was not quite as egregious as the open hallway one, but it's another relatively egregious one. Oh, that's even more egregious. Seriously, I'm walking on. I'm walking on. I'm walking on sunshine. Alright, we seem to have experienced our first severe bug in the game. Alright, let's go. I mean, first severe bug that isn't caused by the game's own design. And it's sad that I feel the need to clarify that, but... this game's been so badly designed, I do. Seriously? That wasn't a very long fall. Okay. Okay, earlier you let me survive several seconds touching that water, game. Make up your mind. Why exactly I want to be here and why it doesn't have me press enter on the wheel first, I don't know. That's a question for me to ask it. Alright, so we've traveled to the sewers to another part of the city for reasons unknown.
The Woolfe Industries headquarters, where the factory staff had their office, where my father used to slave away. It's in this awful building that his lifeless body was found. A bookcase covering his chest. The collected works of Da Vinci accompanied him in eternal rest. Early that Thursday morning, hawkers set up stalls and goods. When word of his death reached the market and a friend of father was summoned to bring the bad news to the woods.
Okay, question there. If, weren't we searching for the archives earlier? For the information? When exactly did that plant disappear and why? Alright, is S a slam or a... you said press S to perform a slam, and now you're saying press S to perform a heavy attack. And what is this bar? In the bottom right, bottom left corner.
Back to the shop with you.
Yeah, I guess he's an adrenaline bar. Okay, it says when walking, press D to do the extra. Here's the question, how do you walk? I guess maybe I can try and see. Options. Again, why is the controller selected first? This still annoys me. Okay, walk to back. It's saying walk. Those are all walk, not run. But it also has... Make up your mind, is it astral or... Alright, so the mechanics here need a lot better explanation. The tutorial here is not very good at what it does. And again, we're seeing here in vulnerable boxes... Oh, wait. Okay, oh, okay.
Didn't they teach you to not beat up girls?
Yeah, at least these boxes look a little different than the ones before. Let's see. I got happier hours at the end, part 1. The 3 pigs. There you go. So now the game's actually starting to let me use the system.
Will you leave me alone already?
I always do guess that for some reason the pipe, she must be the bottom meter there for the Pied Piper. Some sort of, because we don't have the boss fight, they're not wanting to reveal it yet, is my best guess. Or they're balancing it and such. Let's see, can I destroy them? No, because why is this wire highlighted? And there's why. What the? Seriously, game? Did you guys just see that? This thing evaporated before my eyes! Okay, you're wanting to use it. There's so many issues with that. You're wanting to use an engine that you're wanting to have players interact with the environment, that you need to have it work in a sensible manner. Not disappearing and reappearing carriages like that for no reason. And if that is how it works in this world, explain that. You find her narrating enough here on little mini details, then have her speak about the famed, well, you know. Like, come on. What is up with this part here? Like, what's up with this camera work? Okay? Cameras should be enablers, not disablers in how you play a game. Anytime a camera takes away from a game, that's a serious issue. And, just because, you know, it's been a few minutes since I mentioned it, waist-high fence, open pathway. see, can I destroy these boxes? No! Because boxes in this world come in different types and nobody can tell what they are. BB Woolfe can't decide whether he wants to have Indestructium as his prime material, or, you know, super destructible. BB, you're slacking off. And disappearing carriage. Because everybody knows what gets disappear once used. Seriously? You highlight the one above me. I jump to it. And by the way, the game has still not said what control does, if you were wondering.
Seriously need to unwind.
Alright, that line doesn't get any better anytime you say it. Okay? I also have to ask, why doesn't Red Riding Hood have her axe out in the first level? There was absolutely no reason not to have it, other than... Tutorial. Seriously? Seriously, you're... Either the terrain is destructible or the terrain is not destructible. Make up your mind! What the? Seriously? Seriously? Seriously, game? Should be slightly off the rails you're wanting. Slightly different angle than you want annoys you that much. All I did was jump to the left there a little bit. Dang. That's not just an invisible way ceiling. That's a jetpack.
Ignore it.
That's wall for no reason. Still not really sure what these food things do. Seriously? Your hiding loot is like crazy, when only some of those are destructible and there is no way aside from you glowing a shiny light on them. What would it be like if I turned tooltips off to try and guess what was destructible in this world and was not? You think I'm raging now? Think of that! Think of that for a moment. If the tooltips were off, how would you tell?
Good thing I'm not afraid of heights.
I mean, look at all the stuff in this world that is oddly interactive, oddly indestructible, and all the stuff that you actually have to destroy and hurt to get anywhere. Tooltips in this game don't seem to just be, you know, something that you turn on to make it a little easier. but mandatory for survival purposes. Mainly your own sanity. And by the way, why does A push that box? There's no way it should push it, it should attack it. If you're wanting to push it, that should be interact. Enter! Have some consistency in your commands! And why can't I jump, like, here's another example of one. Why can't I jump there, up the, you know, over to that ledge? Steam is infuriating me as I'm sure you've all noticed.
Will you leave me alone already?
Actually, in this case, no they can't, not when you go to seek, but they'd have left you alone, you know, if you weren't a homicidal maniac bent on destruction of a person for a deed done years past that you've shaped your whole life around. And living in a world where stepping in the slightly wrong direction can and will kill you. For no reason other than... cause. Okay, let's see here. I don't walk here. No, can't push just by walking. Let's see, I press enter. Let's check this out. Enter does not work. Interact does not work on what is an interacting, not an attack, really. That's a shove the box, not a break the box. Okay, game? And again, I don't get why you couldn't go up there and jump up and grab the ledge here, but apparently that's so now not allowed. Alright, let's try to run here. Oh crap. Seriously, game? You put up invisible high fences everywhere else. Why not there? Like, really, if you don't put up invisible high... Are. Why it wouldn't let me do that earlier for another puzzle beyond me, but now exactly where I'm supposed to be going from here. Because we all know that if I okay, there we are. And we all know what happens if if you step off the rails here. Instant wall of death. And I wish that was hyperbole, but instant
Once
air
again,
walls
my
of
trusty
death.
axe comes in handy. Looks like time stood still here. The smell of old books, pencils, and ink stains on the floor. That's my father, for sure.
If this place is still uninhabited now, by anybody, why are the lights still functioning on those signs outside? Why? Is there any reason those lights are still functioning out there?
Father spoke in drawings, more often than in words. Charcoal was his mother tongue. He sketched the most beautiful stories I've ever heard.
And what exactly is that story supposed to be? Two men having weird things... Let's have another applause for awful camera work here, everybody! Applaud the awful camera work in this room.
Dear Mr. Woolfe, after careful consideration, I've decided to resign from my function at Woolfe Industries. I hereby give you my 2 weeks' notice. Sincerely, Joseph R. Hood. So Father quit? I didn't have a clue. Woolfe must have really screwed his mind, if only we knew. But wait, the letter's date. That's when Father died.
Shocking. That's that last part, isn't it? I mean, it's not like you know that. Okay, it's not shocking. I mean, it's not like your father could have written that from beyond the grave. And exactly why this whole area was abandoned when the whole idea of it getting abandoned was an afterthought to put to Woolfe before is. Okay, you're showing me another wheel like a dozen others I've turned in this game. Why isn't it workable?
Is that what I think it is? Did my father do what I think he did? He told me he designed toys. Well, this is hardly suitable for little girls and boys. Father, did these tin cadets, whom I've slaughtered by the dozen, originate from your mind? This can't be true. This isn't you. This is not you.
One thing that's also a bit annoying about this game is that it seems to keep going in and out of. This game is extremely inconsistent in environmental interaction, and that's one of the biggest flaws I think in this type of game. With environmental interaction, one of the biggest keys to making it work is to be consistent. The ways that you can interact with the world should always be relatively consistent. You can add special events, but you don't subtract from that list of things. When you subtract from the list of environmental interactions, you actually actively hurt the game. Because what you're doing is you're putting up a barrier between the player's playing experience and the game itself. So, it's in my mind a big no-no to be going about doing that. That's a big no-no. So let's go see here. What exactly am I supposed to hit here? Maybe I could turn magic sight on. Maybe I was supposed to hit this then?
Grace, what is she doing here? With no mother to tuck me in, it was this tiny woman who stood by my bed and lulled me to sleep. Father made her in 22 days, my thumb-sized piece of comfort. I named her Grace. I'd forgotten all about her. She used to protect me from imaginary monsters. I hope she works her magic on real ones, too. Father's notes, scattered and fragmented, like his mind often was. Pinocchio, you rascal. I tell your story night after night. If only my little girl knew how much you and I are alike. Living a life with many strings attached, and an ever-growing nose to pay our dues. If only we could cut the cords. Am I a creator if what I create destroys? Is a toy still a toy on the devil's playground? It pays the bills, it feeds my child, but it kills innocent people and me on the inside. Oh, Father, what dark thoughts wandered through your bright mind?
As for the subtitles going out, that's
I
something.
came here looking for clues, but now I'm even more confused. I need some air.
Seriously, what just happened? Pussy!
Damn, so much for going unnoticed. Change of plan. Let's play Catch Me If You Can.
Seriously, you thought you were going to go unnoticed after you destroyed that many soldiers? I mean, yes, they're stupid, but... Seriously, now you let me jump over the things? You wouldn't earlier! Seriously though, this is annoying when I see this, when all the times that they've denied the right to jump over things through this game, they then have the doll to make a puzzle, make it part of a chase scene, and a platformer. Yes, I get that it's the platformer standard challenge to have, you rush, jump over things. However, the game, abandoned that when it's decided to not let me do that on numerous occasions. For basically no reason other than it wanted its invisible walls.
Okay. It'll take more than that.
Yeah, I know. So I have to ask, all these soldiers are ahead of me at some point. Why the hell is nothing trying to cut me off? Like, look, there's all these soldiers right there. Why did they try and cut me off? Why did they just stand there? Here's one thing with you working on fiction. You should always aim to have your world make sense. It should progress, challenges should progress logically. And not so often fails to do. It also has all sorts of dissonance in its challenges because they go against what the game's already told you can't do, like jumping over boxes. Please don't, we had a whole challenge basically where you couldn't jump over boxes.
It'll take more than that.
The whole sneak around the guards challenge, where there were all those boxes that you had to hide behind. Basically, a whole challenge where jumping over it would have been hugely useful, but you couldn't. So no, I'm not going to. That's a huge design flaw. It's not something that gets worked out in a month of early access type thing, because it's not a bug. It's not a beta test bug. It's a bug in the design, game's design from what they've decided to do. Okay, and no, I'm not really sure how I got the throwing axe that time. Okay, it's A and D. You have to hold A and D while running. Which again, their tutorial got wrong. And again, waist high wall. Waist high wall. Use the water at least.
As a child, I had an army of men like them. But they were tiny with missing limbs and meant no harm. I still cannot believe these Killer 10 creations arose from my father's imagination. Did he really throw out all his principles just to make sure I could eat? Is it really that easy to go from bad to good? He never spoke of his work, but we knew he was unhappy. Mother's death took the light from his eyes, and though I know he loved me deeply, in the end, I was only a consolation prize.
Also, I'd like to speak out against the frame freezing there that's incredibly blatant on the axe.
I don't think we've met before. And stay down! As a child, I had an army of men like them. But they were tiny with missing limbs and meant no harm. I still cannot believe these Killer 10 creations arose from my father's imagination. Did he really throw out all his principles just to make sure I could eat? Is it really that easy to go from bad to good? He never spoke of his work, but we knew he was unhappy. Mother's death took the light from his eyes, and though I know he loved me deeply, in the end, I was only a consolation prize. Thanks for sharpening my axe there.
See just how much the game frees.
Back to the shop with you.
That axe, they used far too much animation on that axe. That's what's clear there. And because of that, it creates a lot of issues with the game. It creates it, like, let's take a look here. Like you saw there when the monsters paused. Okay, you know, you can get away with that type of over-the-top animations at times. You can't get away with it in what's supposed to be an action platforming hacking. You just don't get away with that type of stuff here. You can't get away with it.
And stay down. Back to the shop with you.
See? Everything just stops there because the animation needs to go through all those steps. It can work with cool finishing moves when the focus is on those moves and such in fighting games. It's a stylistic exception. And because the focus on the world rule is there. However, in that situation, world rule is lower and the animation isn't really focused on the character, it's on the axe.
Well, look who's decided to re-enter the race. Hey! Where do you think you're going? Too scared to show your face? Why doesn't this wannabe boat have a steering wheel?
It doesn't want to be a boat, it's a raft. Okay? But no, the issue is that because you're focused on the axe with it, you don't have that personal feeling where you're watching it, and it's not over the top enough for those finishing type moves that often delay it by. And it's far too noticeable for the slight delay that you get in games like Dark Souls for things like rolling and such. Where, while it's noticeable, you don't really feel it in the flow of combat. This one's incredibly noticeable, doesn't fit the rest of the combat style and aesthetics, and just doesn't work.
Back to the shop with you.
Like, look at the rest of this. This is all fast action.
And stay down.
That is slow. And that's buggy early access stuff that can be fixed. That's not the stuff under the old system. And again, we're gonna look at it.
Thanks for sharpening my axe there.
Now let's see. I can take a moment here, maybe recharge some of my health. Okay, it's a slow motion.
And stay down. Sharpening my axe there.
Yeah, that seems to be the next powerful monster.
Back to the shop with you. It'll take more than that. Tag, you're it.
And the world's dumbest guards continue to prove that they are the world's dumbest guards. I mean, seriously, I'm fighting your friend
down.
Just across the stairway from you. I'm not using some stealthy method. I'm running about making a bad quip with a giant whooshing axe. And no, I didn't complain about the whooshing axe like I did about the anime. That's the art style they're going for. That's fine. The throwing axe does not fit that combat or art.
And stay down. Did they teach you to not beat up girls?
That's the only comparable move, and even that has a bigger
Luckily, I never outgrew playing with tin soldiers.
Because of that, it's able to feel a lot better in how the game moves. Again, I still don't know what those baskets of bread are for. I'd love to know, because they aren't healing. But I mean, I guess that's far too much for the tutorials in the game to actually, you know, explain what the mechanics in the game do. Yet again, I hold level based on jumping over stuff. Cannot jump over this.
Enough with this cat and mouse game, you evil flutist. This time, you won't get away. This time, you'll speak or pay. Tell me, was it you who took my mother? Do you recognize me as her daughter? Or was she just one of many others, young and doomed to disappear? Hey, I'm talking to you!
Yeah, well, he's a summoner.
Enough with this cat and mouse. Enough with this cat.
Okay, seriously, let me skip that, but you're still showing me the animation.
Enough with this cat and... Enough with this cat.
And see, it's giving me the option to press space twice, but I broke the bug there. Like I said, this is early access, so that one I'm willing to let go. That's not actually part of the game design issue. Those are the stuff that I'm going to hold very much against the game. Seriously, game? Okay, you can't have immortality frames and pause frames and then remove them arbitrarily. That is not how it works! That is absolutely awful design! You're doing everything. They have to maintain. Okay, when you choose to put in immortality frames as one of your mechanics, Dark Souls does it pretty well. They have to be consistent. It has to be the same, and it has to always work that way. Okay, mechanical consistency. Okay, what the player puts in, what the player gets out should not ever differ in that sort of way, like we've been seeing in this game. What the player can interact with should not differ for the same reason. Mechanical consistency.
Enough with
yeah. What exactly it's playing during the middle of that one, I don't know. But if that was the only mystery of this thing, I'd be happy. You don't know that this is not the only mystery, like boxes that go between indestructible and unjumpable boxes, and the reverse. Alright, so it seems to be a pretty classic stuff. Okay, slightly different here.
enough with this.
Animation fail much? I mean, seriously. Your animation should at least make sure that he's hitting me, not some empty spot of air.
Enough with
Alright, we're happy up the difficulty here. Pretty good. The boss fight. And yes, I get this, and I already knew how much trouble I've had with this boss fight. You know, what I mean is that it's logically wrapping up. The patterns in it are doing so in a logical manner. So that rack disappearing is not logical.
Enough with this cat and mouse game, you
I'm gonna
evil
have to go
flutist.
here
This
shortly,
time,
so this is gonna be the last attempt here. We'll see whether or not the game has a save system or not after that. And which I'm really hoping the answer is yes. Seriously? Alright. Okay, looks like it has restart from last checkpoint, so that's the best order to see. I'd like to thank everybody here for listening today. Oh, I'll have to start over from this level. Okay, sure, whatever. I'd like to thank everyone for coming here today and listening in. If you can, please support TechRaptor. You can see that by going below to Patreon and GratiPay, or you can type that Raptor donate right now with Nightbot in the room. Please listen in and read to the site, and I hope you enjoyed this, or at least got to enjoy listening to me rant about this. Have a good day.